Shout outs to the guy who spotted some incredibly lost-looking, obvious tourists directing us to the train station, because there's not a signpost there, which is odd. You sort of come out of the metro, and the train station's just across this plaza, but there's no sign for it. Anyway, we found it now. Needlessly confusing naming convention of the trains that we're taking the south. You shouldn't name trains after directions, after the cardinal directions, because we're taking the R2 south, but we're going north because we're taking the south train as it returns north. Anyway, it's, you know, don't worry about it. Our train's here. Newt. Anyway, let's go. My bad, this is a freight train. This is not our train. Unless... No. Good morning, by the way. Sorry, we were in sort of a bit of a rush this morning to make our various trains. We got up, went to have breakfast, and then made our way over back to Barcelona Sants, where we had our little whoopsie on the day we arrived in Barcelona. But now we have a better idea where we're going, and now we're heading to a French train line, and I've got to change languages. Pardon, je suis Canadien, mais Anglo.
L'ensemble de l'équipage et moi-même restons disponibles pour toute information. N'hésitez pas à nous solliciter lors de nos différents passages.
So we experienced some mild to medium panic in the train station because for the first time someone actually wanted to see the Eurail pass, and they have extensive instructions on their website for how to set the Eurail pass up on your phone that don't explain how to set up the Eurail pass on your phone. He's like, I need to see the QR code, and I'm like, I literally have no idea how to make my phone show you the QR code that you need to see. But we got there eventually, and now we're on the train to Narbonne. It's only going to be 2 hours on high-speed rail. It's also a double-decker train on which we are on the upper floor, so that's fun. Could use a little bit more air conditioning, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, but otherwise, pretty great.
Nous allons être reçus à la voisée. La descente sera possible dans le sens de la marche côté gauche.
And now we're in France. I've never been to France. And now we're in France. Basically going over like a salt flat, not a salt flat, but like a, I don't know, beach, like a delta. That's the word. We got there, everybody. We're going over a delta. Both the water and hand drying pressure leave a lot to be desired, but otherwise, not bad. Small though. Alright, we're very briefly in Narbonne while we change trains to Carcassonne. I'm gonna level with you, I don't know anything about Narbonne, and I don't need to, except that we're changing trains here. So, and that it's windy in the station. It's already cooler here than it's been any point in Spain, so that's nice. And that's our high-speed train on its way out of the station. Goodness. You know what, let's not do that. Right then. Anyway, we have a brief wait here, actually, not even about 40 minutes, I suppose. And then an even shorter train ride from here inland to Carcassonne, where we are staying the night. And I selected that because it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and it sounded neat. So, but we'll see how that goes. Boy, it's real windy out here. I'm going back into the station. I don't know. Narbonne seems nice, even if it is a complete cluster by the station in terms of car traffic. But what little I will probably ever see of this town seems like a cool place. And now, without warning her at all, an update from Kathleen.
The temperature in France is much nicer than the temperature in Spain. It is much cooler. My delicate gothy blood handles this a lot better. I got Penelope's backpack. She doesn't want to carry it because it's too heavy. Which just makes me very happy that I opted not to take my own backpack because I don't know what I would do. I would just have to have my own backpack on my front and hers on her, or my own backpack on my back and hers on my front, and I might die carrying all that. So, suitcase for the win.
For the record, Penelope is carrying a backpack. It's just not quite as heavy. It's the one we got for the content creator swag at MagicCon. So, hey, that's handy. Thumbs up from Penelope. Someone just walked across the tracks from the station, and the staff were like, don't do that. And the person was just like, I need to get across. And the staff were just sort of like, what do you say to that? Alright, mercifully getting on the train was not as fraught as we thought it might be, and we have 4 facing seats, so that's good. This is only a half-hour trip, and then we'll be at our destination for the evening.
We got a compliment from another traveler who had like a North American accent of some kind and looked at us and looked at the whole family and was like, is that all you're traveling with? And we're like, yeah. And I was like, she's like, oh, so light. It's like, well, we're away for 2.5 weeks. And then she's like, 2.5 weeks, 2 days, it's all the same. No. If I was traveling for 2 days, I could have my tiny backpack, which I didn't bring because it's too small for this and not useful. But you're traveling for 2 days, all you need is a change of underwear, a change of shirt, and a little bag for toiletries. Most people pack too heavy.
After a very pleasant train ride, we are now in Carcassonne. According to the sign outside the pharmacy, it's 26 degrees Celsius here, but it feels great. At home, I don't like it when it's 26, but we've been, baking in the fires of Barcelona for a week, and so now I'm just like, oh yeah, 26? Love that. They have a mono price. I can pick up those DMX cables Ben's been looking for. Didn't realize this was so close to an airport. I guess their airport. Oh, Toulouse Airport probably makes more sense. Yes, that was real loud. achieving quaintness levels hitherto unknown to science. Big fan of Carcassonne so far. I haven't even gotten to the hotel yet. By the way, the plan is to get there, drop the bags, and go get some lunch. It's like a little after 2 o'clock. We have all the rest of today here, and we have nearly all of tomorrow, because our train out of Toulouse doesn't leave until like 10 p.m. There's the station, and we walked all the way down this lovely street, and then we turned this way. We happen to be on this route. Vous êtes ici? We're here at this park, and then we're going across this bridge, and our hotel is sort of here, right by the city itself. We're just getting some lunch, and they asked where the bathroom was, and I said, oh yeah, it's in the garden. It showed me like through the whole house. Why are we not eating in the garden? The garden looks lovely. Anyway, let's get back outside. So behind me you can see Hotel Pont de Vue, which is where I had booked us to be staying for our one night in Carcassonne. Except, and I'm gonna blame Expedia on this one because, you know what? Big ups to me. I don't generally make mistakes like this. The booking was for a Tuesday in August, the 29th, and it's the 1st. So imagine my surprise when I check in and they're full and they don't have a reservation in my name. Luckily, the proprietor was very kind and phoned a nearby, like less than a block away. I'm walking to it now from there so you can see how close it is. And even cheaper, actually, room, and asked if they had space, and they did, and I'm going to go check us in. So, you know, medium to mild panic, but we seem to have... Well, I shouldn't speak too soon. Come check back with me in a few minutes and I'll tell you whether or not we've solved the problem or if it is still quel désastre. My alter ego as a Quebecois rapper was Block G. That's not a thing that ever happened, just to be clear. Don't go looking for it. I've sent Kathleen and Penelope up on the footbridge while I wait, because I was told to be here in an hour from just under 58 minutes ago. So, you know, I'm not panic stations yet. I think this place just isn't open until, I mean, I guess 3:30. But there's no one here now. Worst case, I'll just walk back to the other hotel and be like, hey, what the heck? Because he talked to someone on the phone. He literally phoned them and was like, do you have room? So, but yeah, there's no sign of anybody yet. Whoops, we get a whole apartment somehow that's cheaper than the room that we were gonna have and breakfast is included? Okay, yeah, great, awesome, this is lovely. Holy moly. Oh, okay. That was a little, you know, mild to medium panic for about an hour there, but then this place is great, as it turns out, and cheaper than the place we were going to stay. Pretty sweet. Now I gotta go retrieve, Kathleen and Penelope went off to the park to kill time while I killed time. So now I gotta go find them and show them the amazing room that we have. So I'm gonna go find them. Where are they? They can't have got far on foot.
I mean, this is not what I expected, but this is rad. And I mean this in the nicest possible way. This is the kind of place my friend Andrew would live. It sounds like an insult, it's not. This would pass muster.
This place is huge!
The place we were going to stay before, which looks lovely by the way, and the proprietor was very, very helpful, was, after conversion to Canadian dollars, which of course is the misery currency at the moment, was 200 and something. It was like 207 or something like that. This is 120 euro.
So you basically, a euro is 1.5
So it's like
Canadian dollars.
I don't know, like we're saving like $50 Canadian for all of the space. Okay, let's go do a tourism. Oh, okay. Did a little, a little wash and freshen up and deodorization, and now we're sunscreen. Yeah, now we're heading back out to explore Carcassonne, safe in the knowledge that we have a place to sleep tonight. Yes. Are you having Park Güell flashbacks?
I should have brought my walking stick, but we're here now. I was given instructions to avoid uneven ground. Just because my ankle's not very strong, because it's very freshly healed. And this is very uneven, so I'm going to take it very slow, because I do not wish to sprain my ankle again until I get home. Never, I never want to sprain my ankle again. But if I have to sprain my ankle again when I'm in Canada, and I don't need to explore a fabulous medieval city.
When we were way down there, we were looking at these strange lines on the side of the castle, and I was observing, like, did they power wash these weird lines in it? For what purpose? And it turns out, if you come up here and you stand in a precise spot, it's a bunch of rings, which, what a pain to calculate that. Surely they used a high-powered projector or something.
I'm very impressed.
The outer battlements of the medieval city are dangerous with risk of falling. For safety reasons. It is therefore strictly forbidden to access them. Children should be supervised at all times in the medieval city. The battlements is up there, by the way, just to be clear. And I'm chill to not go up there, actually. Thank you, sign, but I wasn't going to. Okay, I know this part. I have to go around and unlock that gate from the other side, and then the shortcut will be open for later. Unfortunately, down there, I'm pretty sure is like a silver knight or something. Absolutely wild to me that there's no railings there. I love this. In the US, there'd be so many railings for fear of lawsuits. This is great. They just have signs up in a bunch of different languages that are like, don't be an idiot. This tower looks surprised. I've had to put my hat into sport mode because it's so windy up here. What is this music?
It's a haunted house. There's people now screaming. Penelope, do you want to go into a haunted house?
No.
Vous avez les photos sur votre droite.
Merci.
Adieu.
He's paid to scare people. That's his job. Would you scare people for a living?
I was really not expecting loud, screamy man with sword to come bursting out of that door. Penelope has found the children's armorer and is really angling for a bow and arrow, which may not be able to fit in the suitcases we have.
It was like little maiden's flower crown, and she was like, bow and arrow!
Seems really messed up to be driving a car through these streets, but I guess people who work here gotta get in and out. It must be maddening to drive a car up here. I have to admit, it's a little more touristy than I'd initially predicted, but I suppose that is ultimately the fate of all UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Carcassonne depends on tourism a lot for its economy, so you're just going to have to put up with the terrible t-shirts. There is literally one that says they went to Carcassonne without me and all they could get me was this lousy t-shirt. So, at least it's predictable. Now, we did get a fridge magnet because magnets are a thing that we do, and I think we got a very nice looking fridge magnet, but they did also have the worst tourism fridge magnet I've possibly ever seen. It was amazing in its own way, but I mean, you be the judge. This rules. This is awesome. We're leaving, but we'll be back. We're heading back to the hotel to just like chill out and sit and rest for a little while, and we'll be back certainly tomorrow, if not later this evening. Apparently it all lights up at night and is really cool. And we might come back for that, or we might just stay in, since we'll be coming back tomorrow, basically all day if we feel like it. We came to this parking lot to get some lovely pictures of Carcassonne, which we were able to do, but also some absolute menace has left their car parked just like in the middle of the parking lot. There's no one in it. There's parking all along there and all along there, and there's a car just in the middle. It's very chaotic. Okay, I mean, I may have like whoopsed into a very cool space. We just got back from dinner, and I will cop to making a hilarious language error where I very stupidly decided to order our dinner in a way that I thought made sense and was a bad idea. And I was like, 2 pizzas, 1 margarita pizza and 1 of this other kind that you have on the menu. They were delicious. They were both delicious. The other one, Savoyard, whatever it was so rich and phenomenal, and I need to lie down for a while. But it was interpreted as 2 margarita pizzas and 1 of those, and so they showed up with 3 pizzas, and we were like, "I'm sorry, we can't eat this much pizza. I don't know what you think, but we can't eat this much pizza." But they were very kind, and they took it back and no problems, and they didn't charge us, and that was awesome. And every pizza at that place comes with a pack of extra hot piz. I guess piz is like a French contraction for pizza, and I don't think it's a great idea.
There's a restaurant that was like, what was it called?
Easy Piz.
Easy Piz. And Claire's like, you want to get Easy Piz? And I was like...
You feel like some Easy Piz? No? What about extra hot piz? Anybody? Did I bring this home just for this bit? Yes. Yes, I did.
We couldn't film it there. It was far too nice.
No, it was really nice.
They would have understood what we were doing.
No. I couldn't make fun of these people. They were so kind about taking back our second margarita pizza.
Lovely, and the ambiance was great.
It was, yeah.
We sat in a lovely courtyard with huge, enormous, like 100-year-old trees.
Yeah.
And I was just very...
Turns out Carcassonne is not like a hidden gem or anything. Like it's...
No, it's very popular.
Tourism is like their main thing. But it's great. I don't think a lot of people outside of Europe think of it.
That's
necessarily.
True. Because we didn't really know about it. But when we got here and we were talking to people from Europe and we told people that we're going to go to Carcassonne later, they're like, "Oh, excellent choice. It's so wonderful. It's such a good place to take children. Fantastic." And we're like,
had no idea. I just looked up UNESCO World Heritage Sites and was like, yeah, the walled city of Carcassonne. That sounds like a great idea. Maybe I can get some extra hot piz. And, it all worked out. Check this out. You can actually see it from the room. Here, join me. This room is enormous. This is like the entry hall. Anyway, there's these... Yeah, it's an apartment. There's these windows. What? And out over across the courtyard. There it is. Lovingly in focus now. There we are. Also, it's a full moon, so the clouds look spectacular.
Also, this room is amazing. And I could describe it, but video is a visual medium. So now it's the morning and we're going to cut to a glamorous montage with French-style music that we'll pick out later.